Hey, Parkview family. We know that this has been a difficult time for many of you, practicing new social distancing protocols, things that we previously weren't used to, things that we never even thought about. And so now we're doing that individually and as a family. And you know that we have been doing that as a church and as a church staff as well, just thinking through what it means to be good neighbors in our community, how we as a church can voluntarily conform to some of the guidelines that the government has put out for us that will help us in our community demonstrate the love of Christ, keep our distance, but also be able to fulfill the mission of Christ at the same time. And so we hope that over the past several weeks, you have been able to tune in with us online, join with us in our online services and those things that we've been able to provide. And we know that that's not the same as gathering on the campus, but we hope that it has been fulfilling and rewarding for you. And I know that it has been for us. And so we are in this transition time now. Many of you heard the governor speak recently and roll out this step-by-step, safe kind of phasing integration of reopening businesses and doing different events and those kind of things. And so as a church, we've been working through that process of what it will look like for us to restart, to come back onto our campus and begin to worship live together once again. And so we want to roll out our initial plan. Keep in mind that all of this is subject to change. It's very fluid at this point in time, but we do want to get our people back on campus as quickly as possible. Again, demonstrating the love of Christ, demonstrating being good neighbors in our community while at the same time abiding by some of the social distancing protocols that the government continues to recommend for us. So here's the plan, at least for our initial stage, is on May the 17th, we're going to open our campus up for live worship once again. Our initial focus is going to be Sunday morning corporate worship services. So those are really the only things that we're going to make available on the campus beginning May the 17th is a Sunday morning corporate worship experience. We're going to offer two services, one at 9:15 and one at 11 o'clock. We want to do that because we're going to have reduced capacity in our worship center. We're going to operate along the same guidelines as some of the restaurant dining rooms will be operating at 25% of capacity. So that means we can put anywhere between 80 and 100 people seated together with 6 feet of separation in family units throughout our worship space. We'll be streaming live online in both services, so we'll also be streaming to other venues on our campus, and we'll use places like our fellowship hall as overflow spaces if you get here and we have already met capacity in our worship space. And so we're going to do our best to accommodate those who want to gather on campus for a time of worship, again, beginning May the 17th. And we trust that you'll be flexible with us, that you'll be patient with us as we work through that process. We will have available for you on our website, on our blog page, a document that will kind of outline some of the social distancing protocols that we are expecting our members to abide by when they come onto the campus. And so we encourage you to take a look at that. And again, at 9:15, we want to encourage our senior adults and our at-risk population to come and take advantage of that worship service. That way we can get you onto the campus in its most sterilized form. We'll be sterilizing between the services. That's why there's some extra space in between those services. I know the times are a little bit different than normal, but we thought that if we started at 9:15 and ended by 10:15, that would give us about a half an hour to 45 minutes to get everybody off the campus, get everything cleaned up, and before we start welcoming a new group of people onto the campus at an 11 o'clock service. So those are just some of the things to be looking out for. Again, the key for this particular notification is May the 17th. You might say, well, why are we waiting 2 weeks to do this? Well, we know that the government is going to be looking at the effects of this restart. And they're going to be looking at least 2 weeks worth of data before they decide to move into future phases. And so what we want to make sure is that the intention of the phases are actually accomplishing what they hope to accomplish. And so this will give us 2 weeks of data to know where we stand, not just on May 17th, but as we move forward into offering more opportunities to worship together on campus, and as we get more opportunities to reopen our campus to other ministries. And so that's kind of where we are right now. Just kind of keep in mind 9:15 and 11 o'clock on campus, May the 17th. But also know that we will be streaming both services live on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And so if you are apprehensive about coming onto the campus, we encourage you to continue to take advantage of the online opportunities that we have for you to worship with us. Continue to invite your friends to watch with you online, and we'll just continue to gather the best we can as we transition back to what will eventually be a new normal here on our campus. In the meantime, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you at the earliest time possible, and we'll catch up to you as soon as we can. Thanks, Parkview family.